Alright, well, I just made massive progress on the Tranche manager, right? And I just wanted to show this to you guys. So, what I did a few minor changes and a couple of big changes, right? One, I changed the output of the directories. Pretty small change. That was just so that, you could actually find the files, right? All it would do all I changed was so that when you exported the project, whether it was on Mac OS or Windows, um, either way, it would create the output directory files within the folder that the jar file is in, right? Um, Another minor change is I created a universal launcher and a Windows launcher. Universal launcher is for Mac OS. Um, and it might make a Mac OS launcher, we'll see. Uh, and a few major changes is I just added some of these new things, and some new data points. Right, it now scrapes the expense ratio, market cap, PE ratio, and EPS from Yahoo Finance. And the bigger change was that I added a new feature, um, two new features actually, deleting spreads and updating spreads. Okay, so deleting spreads is, as it might sound like, you can delete a spread through the program. Now, the fourth option, which is the bigger one, is that you can now update a spreadsheet. So that means all you have to do is, go type in one button, right? Type in one command, and it will automatically update the specified spreadsheet, right? And that will update all of the statistics for all of the stocks and all of the profiles within that spreadsheet, and then you can just import that into your Google spreadsheets. So you can see I have this. This is that code right here. Just enter the spread name. It creates a string of all the tickers. I had some concurrent modification exception problems, so I had to do it in this weird way. I essentially had to take all of the names from all of the profiles within the specified spreadsheet, store it into an array list, and then I'd have to delete the actual spreadsheet, re-add the header, and then I had to add back and create new profiles with the updated data for each of the. Yeah, it was pretty complicated, but well, it's not that complicated, but I did it in a really odd way. But it works, and it works very well without any errors, which is why I am sticking to it. So let's actually see what this looks like in action. So I've got the program exported here, as you can see, and I am just going to double click it. You can see that I have updated the loading screen. First of all, it prepares the program. Then it says it's initializing project structure, then CSV loader, and then it loads all the spreadsheets, right? And then it displays this fancy graphic, ASCII art, that's his Tranche, which is, well, the name of the company, quote unquote company I made, right? It says welcome to Tranche Manager. And then, you have all the usual stuff, but let's go to Spread Manager. Anyway, let's zoom in a little more. Alright, let's go to sorry. I'm not sure what's happening right there. Okay, there we go. So, let's enter Spread Manager. Now, let's reveal all the loaded spreads. Now, it shows that we don't have any spreads, right? So, let's create a spread, right? We'll do stock spread, or company stocks. That's going to be one spread. And let's create another spread called ETF stocks, right? Okay, so now we have two spreads, and we can see this right here by revealing the spreads. So you can see it says loaded spreads, and we have two. Now this doesn't mean they're exported, and we can actually check whether they're exported if we look inside of this folder right here. Output spreads. You can see there's nothing in here. So what we can do, where did all my stuff go? Okay, so what we can do is, whoa, I'm sorry, I updated Windows 11 to a preview version, and now it's very glitchy. So what we can do is, right now it's loaded onto the program. It's in the runtime, but not actually exported. Right, so we can either just exit out of the program and it will auto-save it, but you can also just export the spread. We'll do ETF stocks, export that, and let's export company stocks, right? And now if we go into files, you can see we have two CSV files right here, right? Those are the two files I just created. All right, so now let's go to Stock Profiler. Let's load up a couple of stocks, company stocks for now. All right, we'll do MU Micron Technologies. You can see it automatically scrapes everything, and then I have to choose which stock to put it in. Puts it in there. Let's do NU now. Let's just do a couple of these. So we'll do JP Morgan Chase. And we will do BAC. Wait, did I just do JPM? No. Okay, so we'll do company stocks and JPM for JP Morgan Chase. It's going to scrape everything, company stocks. Why don't we do Ready Capital? Right, and then I also want to do two more. One of them is Berkshire Hathaway, and I want to do Class A, right? That's going to scrape all of that. Company stocks. I also want to track Class B, because remember there's multiple classes. Auto scrape that, and then I want to do Google because those also have multiple classes. Right, okay, so let's do 9, and I believe it's Google dash C. Let's see, there was an error. Uh-oh, crap. Okay, I believe it did not save my data, which is not good. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. File, import. Yeah, I don't think it saved any of the data I made, so we'll see. But yeah, no. Didn't. Crap. So you saw me do all that, so I'm just gonna pause the video and redo it. Alright, so I reloaded the program and I just loaded all the stocks. Now we're back on the hub, right? So all we have to do is do e/x, it'll save it. Right? There we go. You can see it says saving all spreads here, right there. Saving all spreads, shutting down. And now we can go inside of the output spreads and import this company stocks file. We'll just do insert, or sorry, replace spreadsheet. There we go. And you can see it has all of the data. Now, you can see there's market cap, expense ratio, PE ratio, EPS, 1-year return, 5-year return, compound annual growth rate, price per share, right? And then for the expense ratio, you can see it actually puts not applicable. Same thing with the PE ratio for new holdings because it has negative earnings. So it has not applicable for PE ratio. So I just want to show you that. Okay, so now let's create another spreadsheet. And we'll call this ETF stocks. Right, and that's going to be that second spreadsheet. Now, the process is exactly the same, right? But I just wanted to separate them because, unlike stocks, ETF stocks, or unlike company stocks, ETF stocks have expense ratios, but they also don't have other certain things such as a market cap. So I just wanted to show you the difference between the two, right? So let's just zoom in, right? And let's do 9 stock profiler, and we'll do let's do SCHD, Schwab dividend, large cap ETF. Gets that, and we'll put this in ETF stocks. And why don't we copy this? Right, there we go. Let's go stock profiler. Let's do SPY now. SPY, SCHD. Right. What's another one? IYW. That's kind of like a technology ETF. Large growth. ETF stocks. Right. What would be another one? SCH. No, we did that. SP. What is DJI? Is that one? Why? No. Crap. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to fix it so that it actually does not crash the entire thing when I put in the wrong ticker. Alright, so, sorry, let's do that again very quickly. We'll just do 3 of them. Alright, 9. What should we just do? Crap. SPY, SCHD, Y. ETF stocks. And then IYW, right? IYW, Y. Alright. And scrape, and ETF stocks. And let's save. Alright. So it saved it. Let's go import this. Let's go to File, Import, Upload, File Explorer, drag and drop, and go to Replace Current Sheet, import the data. You can see, god damn it, why does it have some shitty zooming? Alright, so we have the ticker symbol, price per share, this compound annual return, annual growth rate, 1-year return, 5-year return, dividend yield, and expense ratio, which is something that stocks do not have, right? Instead they have NA for not applicable. Market cap is NA, not applicable for ETFs, but companies of course have a market cap. PE ratio, SCHG does not have a PE ratio, I'm not sure why. But I tend to not look at PE ratios when it comes to ETFs. They're not very useful. Not as useful. I do look at them, but I don't. Yeah, whatever. EPS, well, you know, like earnings per share. Yeah, that doesn't make sense for an ETF, right? I'm gonna change that to NA, but you can see it worked. Now, oops, this is the code. Now, let's take a look at the other thing in this new update, and that is deleting, right? So, let's just go into here. You can see we have 2 CSV files. Let's go to Spread Manager, right? And we can reveal spreads. You can see we have 2 of them. So let's do delete spread, right? Spread name. let's delete company stocks. Or actually, yeah, let's do let's do ETF stocks. Right? You can see it says delete it. Let's exit, and you can see that we only have one file again. Right? Alright, so, oops. Let's go back to that, and I want to show you the other feature which I added, which is updating stocks, right? Now, you're not going to be able to tell a difference because it's after hours right now. But if I were to press the update button tomorrow, you would see that the values do change. So let's go to 10, and let's update a spread. Right now we only have one spread loaded in, which is company stocks. You can see that it just scrapes together all of the companies within that stock. It takes a few seconds, right? But it does it all automatically. You can see it's updating. And now, once it's done, it's going to say successfully updated spread. You can exit, right? And it will have updated. See, the spread is there, and well, nothing's going to change. Actually, it might. No, it's not going to, but I guess the better way to show this is if I show it inside of this version of the program, inside of the IDEs. So if you know what, let's run this. And if I just do, let's create a spreadsheet. We'll do test spread. Let's add a couple of stocks. We'll add MU, and I guess we'll also add NU, right? And we can add, let's just add two ETFs, SPY and SCHD. Alright, and now let's exit, and you will see that it has created a spreadsheet right here. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but right here. And if I zoom in, right here you can see we have a couple of values, right? So, let's change the values for argument's sake. Let's say a year ago, these were down to like 40. You know, this one's maybe at like, this one probably at like 10. This one's maybe at like 50, right? This one's at like 300, right? This is SPY right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this data, copy all of this, and I'm going to update it. And you'll see that there will be a change. So let's run this once again. And all I have to do is go to 10, update stock, enter the spread's name, that's test spread. You can see it's going to update everything. Let's exit. You can see the values changed, right? This is the before, right? This is the after. Whoops. Yeah, before, or no, this is after, before, after, before, after, before, after, before. You can see there's definitely a change in value. Whoops. And so yeah, that's proof that the update thing actually does work. So that's it for today. I am exhausted, so bye.